Alright, so it's been announced that Iceman is getting a buff, and I thought this would be a good time to like revisit the character because I used to like make a lot of content with this guy, and I haven't done it in a while. But now I just want to go over him like once again. And this is a pre-buff revisit, so I'm gonna do no synergies first and no recall masteries, and then in the next video I'll just do like full synergies, full recall masteries, just go crazy with the character, right? So this one's gonna be a lot shorter than the next one because there's really not much to say about Iceman by himself, man. It's just like very not impressive in my opinion. I feel like Iceman has always been a character that like really needs synergies, and the recall masteries do a big help for him. So yeah, by himself I feel like there's a lot of good reasoning to give him a buff. In this video, or in this fight right here, I'm just going to do the SP1 spam to try to build up my frostbites and then detonate them with a heavy attack, because the SP2 is very like RNG reliant with the critical hit. And, well, I mean, Iceman is very RNG reliant as it stands, and it's, like, pretty annoying. Like, you have to hope that he crits, and not only does he crit, that he triggers a 45% chance to get a Frostbite passive on the opponent. That's such a low amount. I would honestly raise it to, like, probably, like, 80%. 100% may be too good. Actually, no, I would do 100%. I feel like 100% is fair because you have to get a crit in the first place, right? If he doesn't crit, then he just has like no damage. And that right there was a 114 time for about 200,000 health, which honestly isn't too impressive. Like my Gore does 550,000 health in like a minute and 4 seconds. So, you know, like in a comparative spectrum, it's not that great, but he does have a lot of utility. Like example right here, this is the biohazard lane. He just takes it with ease because, you know, he is immune to bleed and poison and incinerate, and the buff says that he'll be immune to cold snap as well. So that's 4 immunities for Iceman, which is just very, very impressive. It's pretty awesome that he's finally getting some more immunities. Just makes him like a lot more reliable. And you can see right here, Rodin has his evade up, and we just counter it like with ease because of the cold snap buff, debuff actually. However, I will go over this in the next fight. I feel like this does deserve a little bit of a tune-up because the duration of it, like on the SP1, is just way too short in my opinion, because it just like, it's 9 seconds long, and it's saying like you have to get another bar power in 9 seconds, and that's a very hard thing to do, especially for like a character that doesn't have any external power gain, and the fact that like special techs these days take like a million years to like finish. So yeah, it's just like a very tall order for Iceman, and I feel like he does deserve to get his cold snap duration increased by a lot. I think 18 seconds is a fair duration for an SP1 cold snap. It just like makes him a lot more practical, and there's like a lot less like having to rush to get to the SP1. That's how I would do it. Like sometimes it works, like if the opponent has like a very fast animation, then he can have the cold snap up like pretty much the entire fight. But if it's like not a fast animation, like let's say Clairvoyance SP2, like right here, I just like, there's like almost no time for me to have like the cold snap up there, and I have to like parry. I have to just like waste time to try to get to my SP1 again. It's very annoying, and I wish they just like had a little bit more duration on the cold snap. But right here, this is something that like he has pre-buff that is just super valuable, man. Like I cannot describe how valuable this thing is to this day. So this is Surging Vengeance, and Venompool already uses SP1 and 2, so now the next step is the SP3, right? And we push him to SP3, he gets his SP3 ready, and we take 5% of our maximum health, and then our ice armor goes away. Super valuable utility piece. I feel like it is like his most valuable asset because it's like there's no RNG to it. There's nothing bad about it, right? It's just perfect there. I think it should not get touched at all in the buff. Like they shouldn't mess with it at all. Just leave it be. Do not make it like to where it doesn't work on SP3. Just leave it by itself, right? And this last fight is just for a bit of fun, because there's like a lot of damage enhancement here. And this is like a what could be for Iceman, right? I feel like this could be like what Iceman could do in his like post-buff state. I feel like he could be a very promising damage dealer. I wish he will be, because, you know, as it stands, there's just way too much RNG with the champion. He is a very RNG reliant character because, you know, his frostbites aren't guaranteed, and his critical rate is very average. So you have to like really hope that he gets the frostbites up. And in like Battlegrounds, I hate using RNG reliant characters. Like I will never use an Archangel in Battlegrounds. Well, only like if I really, really have to, because my unit roster isn't like the best, right? But like I would never use an Iceman in Battlegrounds because there's just too much RNG to the fight, and his damage output, even with like the perfect RNG, is still like nowhere near the damage of like Archangel, right? So yeah, like Iceman pre-buff by himself at least, he's very deserving of one. Just like way outdated when it comes to damage. He's always been RNG reliant, which is a big problem. His utility is still great, like his immunities and his ice armor, but the cold snap does need a duration increase as well. So there's a lot that they can do to fix this guy. I know it's just a tune-up, but I feel like it can go a very long way. Like Mole Man was just a tune-up, right? And he is like a monster now. He's still a monster in my opinion. I feel like he is still a really good character. I think Angelo is a tune-up as well, and she's like very good as well. There's just a lot of good tune-ups, and I feel like Iceman has potential to be one of them. And yeah, Gore was a tune-up, man, and look how monstrous that guy is now. Like, there's a lot of good tune-ups, so I have hope that he's going to be a very solid character now. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on pre-buff Iceman without any synergies or third core masteries, and yeah, that's about it for me.